Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes, of course. Is everything all right?
I think there's something you should know.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where we will be doing another episode recap of Daysofourlives for today's episode for June 21, 2024. How was y'all Juneteenth yesterday? Mine was really good because I really enjoyed my daughter's birthday celebration. She turned 5 yesterday, so it was really a great day. So we're gonna dive into the episode, but please remember to like, follow, and subscribe to my channel, right? So we see where Marlena is at her office and she received a knock at the door, and it was her son Eric. So Eric is taking all of this in stride, right? He's looking good. Normally, when he's going through a traumatic event, he want shave, he want clean. It look like he want to be it. Honestly, he's looking really good, handsome. He's well shaven. He's really looking good out here. So I was really happy for that because Eric has dealt with a huge blow, finding out that Jude is not his son, and then everything with Sloan has imploded, and anybody would be depressed. But Eric is looking really good, and we must commend him. So Marlena is happy to see him and embrace him, right? And then Marlena said that she saw the publication notice of him and Sloan's divorce in the paper. So he said yes, EJ helped him with it. And she said he said yeah, EJ is representing him as his lawyer, and EJ also has a reason to help him because of what Sloan did to him and Jude, right? So Marlena said yeah, EJ has a habit to stick it to people, so she's not surprised. So she said, aren't you gonna feel uncomfortable working with him, given that he is the father to Jude, and also everything that has happened? So Eric is saying it's only temporary, but she said that, but your job at the Spectator, is that temporary with Nicole? So he said no, but he knows how to handle it. And then he said that Nicole is married, so they can't really do anything, right? So she said, but what about your feelings for Nicole? So he said, he got defensive. He doesn't want to talk about that. But again, we go back and forth to this all the time with Eric and Nicole, and them having some unresolved feelings for each other. And it's just really, 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 really tiresome with these two. I don't know why the writers don't put them together already, or just stop it, just cut it off at this point, because it's becoming messy and messier each time, and the other parties in the relationships always get burned when it comes to Nicole and Eric's feelings for each other. So we see the next scene where Teresa is in the couch at the mansion, and she's Brady's also there. So she was confessing to Brady that Alex told her Alex told her that he loved her, and she said it back. However, she don't mean it. She really loved Brady. So Brady is saying that's why I'm over here. So she wants to she still wants to have something with Brady, and they're embracing, but obviously we can tell that it's a dream, right? The way how they're acting, it's like she's just having a dream, and she really was having a dream. So Brady was actually there because she did actually call him. So then she had to make up something on the fly, and she said, we have to talk about our son, because she saw Tate and Holly the other night together, and they make up an excuse for why they're here, which they really did have an excuse to be there. They didn't know that they were gonna see each other, right? But Teresa is not buying that, and she's saying that Brady shouldn't buy that, and that they need to keep a closer eye on him and her at the prom, right? Because at that point, Teresa didn't know that Holly was grounded, but then Brady told her, and Brady said, you don't really got to go in on her, you know, she's grounded, so she shouldn't be there. And then also, even the case that they are going with separate people at the prom. So, you know, Teresa still has her eyes on what's happening, right? She doesn't really like Holly, especially what she put Tate through. So she's a protective mama bear. And we all can understand that as mothers, right? You know? So we see where they said that they're going to get ready to be chaperones at the prom. They're going to get dressed up and head out, right? She's going to head over to Brady's place to take pictures with Tate and the rest of the group, right? So we see the next scene where Holly is outside of the Mirror Mansion and she is talking to Tate, you know, about everything, and she's still upset that her mother grounded her and she can't go to the prom, and she feel like her mother is just controlling and overbearing, and she's just having a teenager moment, and we know how that is as teenagers, right? So Tate is saying, don't worry, we're still going to go through with the plan and you're able to sneak out, so we're going to make it work, right? So then we see the scene with Nicole, and Nicole is at the hospital with Jude. So Jude apparently had a slight fever, so she's talking to Dr. Green because Dr. Green checked him out and everything is all right. So she said she was just worried because, you know, it's been a while since she had a baby, and, you know, even though she had Holly as a baby, so Dr. Green said, Holly, as in Holly Jonas. So she said, yes, why? So he said, Holly Jonas was supposed to go out with his brother, Aaron, but that didn't work out. It looked like Holly turned him down. So she said, Nicole said, no, it's not her fault. It's her fault because she grounded her. So that's why it didn't happen. So, of course, they had a talk about being authority figures and how that works with teenagers. So Nicole said, you know what, let's just change that, right? So that is when we see the next scene with EJ and Stefan, right? So EJ is telling Stefan how it all planned out in him getting back his job as DA. So Stefan is all, you know, smug about it as usual and smirky. And then he's telling EJ, you know, all that is good and well, but make sure that my wife comes out, as in comes out immediately. So he's saying that can't happen today because today is a holiday, it's Juneteenth, and you'd have to do those things take time to get processed. So he said process, right? So if you know what's good for you, you make sure that that happens tomorrow and that my wife gets released like tomorrow, or else, you know, Nicole will find out the truth. So that is when Holly comes in, and then Holly is saying, what about her mother? So then they paused, and Holly said, you know what, never mind, because her mother is overbearing and control. She still have her chip on her shoulder about what her mother did, right? So then Stefan said, all right, I'll let you have a moment, right? So that is where we see EJ and Holly. And Holly is still upset that her mother grounded her and she can't really go nowhere. She can't really have no say in anything. You know, most teenagers, right? So EJ is saying that she's only protective. He's defending her, and he's saying that Nicole is just being protective. She's being a protective mom. She doesn't want nothing to happen to you, especially after what happened to you on New Year's Eve with the drug overdose. So she said, it's not like it's going to be like that, a drug-filled orgy. It's going to be just a high school thing, right? There's nothing drug related involved there. But again, she just, you know, don't want her to experience nothing, right? So that's when we see Nicole and Jude come in, and Nicole said, all right, you know, change of plans. You're going to go to the prom. So Ollie is surprised, like, really, what changed? So she said, you know, I'm going to give you that chance to really go out there, experience things, and, you know, call up Aaron and see if he's still available. Because at that point, Holly's saying, but she don't have nothing to wear. So Nicole said, go find something in that overstuffed closet. There must be something, right? And also call Aaron. You know, you never know if he's still available, right? So before that happened, we see Tate and Aaron. Tate is at the pub and Aaron comes in, and Aaron was decorating the auditorium for the prom. So he was there for 12 hours, and, you know, he was just talking with his friend about everything that's going to go down. So um at that point they're having conversation about their dates, and Tate says even though Holly is grounded, he still wants to go see her. He's not really interested in Sophia, the other girl, right? So that's when Sophia comes in, and she hears everything in their conversation. She feels betrayed in a sense, because she really likes Tate, and she really thought that Tate was into her, and that's why Tate want to go out with her. But you feel like the third wheel, you just feel unwanted. That's how she's feeling, right? And that's not a good feeling. So then Aaron really wants to go out with Sophia at this point too. He's not really into Holly, but he's just doing it for his friend, right? So Tate that's when Sophia comes in, and Sophia says, "Is everybody ready?" And she's already in a somber mood because of what she overheard. So then Tate said, "Yeah, and I'm gonna get changed. See you later." So they're gonna take pics later at the house. So then she sits down with Aaron for a minute, and they're talking about the prom, and that's when Aaron got the call from Holly, and that's when Nicole and EJ was in the room with her. So it was a little bit awkward, right? So she tell Aaron that you want us to go to prom, and Aaron said, "Okay, yeah, see you later, all right." So then he tells Sophia what's happening, that Holly's actually not grounded and she's coming. So Sophia's not really in the best of moods, after everything she heard. Who would be, right? So then we see everything happening with the prom, and we see where over at the Demare mansion, Holly is there. Stefan comes back in. Before that, though, we see that Stefan comes in earlier, and Nicole and EJ are alone. Holly went up to change, I guess. And they're happy that Nicole is happy, and she hopes that Holly enjoys the prom, and she hopes that she made the right decision letting her go to the prom, right? So Stefan comes in. They're having their alone moment. So Stefan comes in and said, "Are you guys celebrating EJ's new job?" So Nicole said, "What?" So EJ said he was about to tell her that he got the job as DA. So she said, "Oh, really?" Because she's surprised after everything that went on. So he said, "Yeah, he got through, and they understood each other, him and Pauline, and he got back his job." So Stefan is, rubbing it in as usual. He's very annoying. He's like a little gnat, just keep annoying EJ, and EJ just tired of him. So yeah, he went out back. So then we really see where the prom preparations come into play. Right back at the Mirror Mansion, we see Holly come down. Aaron is already there. He looks really nice, and Dr. Green is there, his big brother. We see Stefan. We see EJ, Nicole, and they're waiting for Holly. Holly come down. Holly's dress, from my humble opinion, I really didn't like Holly's dress at all. It's not really youthful. I think the one that she wore at the New Year's Eve party was a lot better than this one. This one just don't look good. But of course, Nicole is saying, "You look beautiful," and she, gassed her up. And then this was a time where everybody was introducing to each other, Stefan and EJ and Dr. Green, and everybody was just shaking hands. Then this Stefan decided to take pictures of the two of them. So the pictures were awkward, they really didn't want to be with each other, but they just put it on a show, right? So we see over at Brady's place, John and Marlena's house actually. We see where Brady is well dressed. He looks really nice. I like his tuxedo. And Eric and Marlene are over there, and they're there for to see Tate and Brady, right? So we see Teresa come in, and Teresa looks nice. I like the color on her. It brightens her up, and she's there, and they had a moment, and they exchange what you call a boutonniere and corsages. So yeah, of course they had a little funny moment. And then we see Tate come out, and Tate looks nice, and Brady is finishing him up. And we see where Sophia comes in. I really didn't like Sophia's dress. I don't know what's with the two young girls. Their dresses are not giving at all. But she comes in, and she's not really in the best of mood, but she's there. And of course Teresa is just happy that it's not Holly. So Sophia says she looks nice, and they compliment each other. And Teresa already said, look at you, you're far more better than the other girls Tate's dated. So, you know, Teresa's being very snarky. I really don't like that. But anyways, Eric Eric decides to take the picture for the two of them, and again, it was an awkward moment between the two of them because it wasn't really organic between them, right? So it was just an awkward moment, but it was funny between both couples, if you may call them that, right? So we see where they're gonna head off to the prom, and Erica and Marlena had their dinner together because to hang out, to kind of get Eric's mind off of things, right? So they said they don't want to talk about nothing regarding Nicole as Eric requested, and they had a little mother son moment, right? So then we see where Stefan comes back in the room with Nicole and EJ. Ollie's already off to the prom. So then Stefan said to Nicole, well, Nicole asked Stefan if he can send the pictures. So Stefan send them over, and then Stefan said, I also send you to EJ. And then EJ look on look on the phone, it's a message that's saying, release Gabby tomorrow or else. So he's not feeling good, right? So Nicole said, is that all the pictures? They look really nice. So Stefan said, yes, they're the pictures. If I see anything else which is hinting at the results, I will send them over. So of course EJ don't like that feeling at all. So we see the prom, beginning of the prom, right? And all four teenagers are there. Holly and Sophia embrace, and I mean, it's awkward, it's really awkward between all of them. And I should also point out that the cliffhanger, or the video that you seen at the beginning of this recap, was with Sophia and Teresa. So Sophia seemed like she was informing Teresa about what's the plans between Tate and Holly. So again, she already is in her feelings, so she's just doing all of this, right? So that is where we come back to the last part of the episode, where Holly, Tate, Aaron, and Sophia are in the, what would you call it, the hallway, and they're getting ready to go to the prom. So we see Teresa and Brady over there, and they come over, and then the rest of them go in except for Holly and Aaron. So then Teresa go over to Holly and said, I am watching you, and you just stay away from my son. I'll be keeping an eye on you, right? So they awkwardly left off, and then Brady said, did you really have to do that? So Teresa is saying, yes, I do, because they have plans. Both of them have plans, right? So that's where it ended on there, right? So yes, it was a good episode. I mean, a lot more teenager moments than I expected, but it was a good episode. So that is it. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you tomorrow for another episode recap of Daysofourlives. So have a great day.